trying to open a
There you go.
story on the advertiser.
I don't actually.
Hey. Oh. That's
Good new
on
version
mute,
of
really.
Audition. This should go well too.
Oh, it's definitely not going to crash.
You know, never make changes, Sam.
Illustrator broke so much shit.
Oh, no.
I had to roll it back.
After last week's debacle, everyone, we're just making sure that we're pressing record and all of that stuff. So just bear with us. Hey, Kate.
Change is bad.
Hey,
okay.
Adam. Yeah, as Sam said, hope you've got some content for us tonight because not much happening. I mean, the women is happening, but what else is going on? This might be one of those episodes where we have to pose a Crows question.
Yes.
Dan's on another planet.
Dan is on another planet.
Ben, can you talk to the audience, please?
Ben doesn't speak until we're recording.
Yeah. Until he's heard the song.
Not until I'm contractually obliged.
Yeah.
This man doesn't share his gardening tips just out of nowhere.
Oh, that could
Oh.
be. We could talk about that tonight, actually, Ben. I'm looking.
alive.
I'm looking to aerate my lawn.
Everything's cool.
I might have missed the season.
For the pod. We've got no content.
Aren't we recording already?
No?
Well, we can't. We're live. Well, we are actually
Yeah.
recording now. Yeah.
Are we going to turn this on?
Can we talk about aerating lawns on the
Might
pod?
be. Is it not plugged in?
Oh wait, we'll hold that then.
Oh, fucking hell.
Ben did nothing.
Get the Ben's Backyard song ready.
Yeah. We're just gonna play it off the top.
Straight off the top of the turnbuckle, whatever you call it. Top turnbuckle.
Yeah. Top. Rowie wasn't on tonight.
There you
Is he
go.
away?
Is he sick again?
I don't know. They had Campo
We're on
and
the air.
Ginniver.
That must have been an enlightening show with him on there.
Oh, I didn't actually listen to any of it, but I just saw he was on there. Do you ever watch him on YouTube?
God no.
It's actually not a bad way of watching it
Yeah.
if you are interested because you can quickly scrub where you want. Like just watch it after it's
Oh, yeah.
done and then just move where you want.
Yeah.
And they actually change the camera angle when they're talking live. So you know when they're actually talking. It's a very
Oh,
small
yeah.
percentage of the entire show.
Really?
But at least you can... Not that they talk about anything interesting, but if anyone is interested...
Bit like us.
It's not about... all right. How is everyone? Why does it feel like every time we have 2 weeks off, it's like we've never done a podcast before?
Yeah.
It feels weird.
I've erased it from my memory. That's why.
I can't even remember your names.
G'day. That's what happens when
boy.
you don't work out who's hosting and just.
What do you mean? It's your turn.
Yeah, I was sitting there thinking, is Lauren just going to assume that she's hosting? Nah, she's not. Pause.
You said you sit next to the button so I don't get distracted. I took that as the indication that you were hosting.
That was just a general comment about my ADHD that I probably have, like everyone else.
Yeah.
Welcome to this episode of Here We Crow. Welcome, Sam.
Hello, Daniel.
Welcome, Lauren.
Hello.
And welcome, Ben.
Good evening,
Do you-
Daniel.
Would you like to come straight off the top turnbuckle and tell us your stats that you have for this episode number?
106. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. I'm glad you're steadying the ship tonight, Dan. That's
Thanks.
good.
That's so funny.
And we are 100% definitely recording for my segment, Sam.
Let me double check.
Your segment?
Yes, your segment is recording.
Wow.
All right. Very
Yes, got off to an excellent
Champagne podcast.
good. All right. Well, the one that you edit is going to be about a 30-minute podcast.
start.
I
Yeah,
think.
probably.
Here we go.
All right.
Just this
so, debut player 106, someone we've actually heard of.
Ken McGregor.
You might have seen the photo.
Stop looking at the... You can't look at the screen. That's
sorry.
cheating.
No,
I
no,
won't-
cheat.
I won't look from
So
now on.
anyway, 1999 to 2008, 152 games, 114 goals, I hadn't realised he'd played a few seasons in defence as well as forward. I'd kind of forgotten that part of his
The
career.
swingman.
He was
Yeah.
good in defence.
Yeah, 2001 was sort of when they started him doing that. But
Mhm.
yeah. I think Jonathan Brown said he was one of his toughest opponents.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you
Ken
go.
McGregor was pretty good. Underrated player, maybe.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
there you
except
go.
he was who we talk. Did you talk about Pavlich? Because that's who we talk instead.
There's always the link about him and Pavlich.
Yeah.
But yeah, but he was like pick 75, and there was some link that we got to the bottom of how it all worked, and now I've forgotten it again.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Speaking
Oh.
of Matty Pavlich, he's about to be inducted into the WA Hall of Fame.
Is he?
Mm.
Yeah, right.
That was something I read today.
Kate's just mentioned that Ken sometimes sits near her at the Crows games.
Oh, are they mates?
Spot Ken.
Mm.
So he's someone who actually has a fair bit of info about life after Crows.
Yes,
So-
I know what you're gonna say, Ben. Go for it.
Well, just tell me what I'm saying.
No, I won't. I
so,
refuse.
so political reporter for the Advertiser.
Was he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
How very Nigel Smart of him.
Moved to Canberra, was part of the News Corp press gallery there. He then came back to Adelaide. He coached Port Adelaide and North Adelaide when he came back. Then he went for 2.5 years up to the NT as a journalist. Came back and he's been a media advisor for the state Liberals, including under Peter Marshall when he was Premier.
Ugh.
Peter Marshall.
Yeah, that guy. What was his?
Steve Marshall.
Oh, well, he did some side stuff in this as well. So,
He was infiltrating.
unfortunately, I only wrote Marshall in my notes. So.
David Marshall, ex-Crow.
They got kicked out, and so he went to find a job elsewhere. He started in some defence company in internal communications, and he's recently started with Beach Energy.
Oh my God, what's that?
Beach Energy.
It's
That's who's been calling me the last couple of
No,
weeks.
Sounds
what's-
like something from the
Is it?
Barbie movie.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just about to say he's just gone to beach.
from a quick Google search of Beach Energy. It seems that they are fairly involved in oil and gas exploration.
Glass.
Struggling
Ben's
tonight.
having a cracker already.
I'm right to go after
None of us can talk.
segment.
Segment.
So no,
Oh no.
they get shit out of under the ocean, I think. So
That's the technical term.
Are they sifting for trash from the ocean floor? Is that what they're doing?
oil and gas.
Oh, okay.
Oil and gas.
Not
So,
glass.
yeah, they are a large fossil fuel producer.
That was only you getting glass from the bottom of the pool.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. Yes, and that's
Oh, I'm not sure how we
yeah.
recover.
okay.
from
All
that.
right. So we've still got a lot of my segment
Oh,
to go.
good.
So all right.
I thought it was over.
Just
Continue, Ben.
Got to stretch it out. How
All right,
we
let him
can.
speak.
So 2006 season. Where did we finish?
End of minor round.
Yep.
Top.
Yeah, second.
Second.
Oh.
Yep. 16
Oh,
wins,
we were
6
good.
losses.
I wasn't even looking at the screen this time.
Good. Club champ.
Still crying.
Prosciutto.
Goodwin.
It was Goodwin.
Oh.
Back to back.
Stuff you, Sam.
Leading goal kicker.
Scott Welsh.
John Cock.
Peter Vardy.
No one's got it yet.
Oh,
Anyone in the chat?
wait.
Oh my God, I don't
It's
remember
not someone
anyone's name.
you would
Trent Henschel.
necessarily expect.
Tyson Stengline.
No.
Paul Pleasure.
No.
Um,
Normally,
What year is it?
normally
2006?
not really a forward, but due
Rue,
to
Josh said.
Mark
due to
Rashid.
Wow.
injuries, Rashudo got the.
Well
Josh.
done, Josh.
Well done,
So
Josh.
he just narrowly beat
Josh, you've entered the chat just in time.
Trent Henschel, who kicked 42.
Well, you're pretty close there,
Ah.
St. Henschel.
I knew he had a good.
Leading Brownlow getter?
Rue,
No,
McLeod.
Goodwin.
no.
Edwards.
Yes.
Again?
Edwards
So
again.
Ed was back to back as
I
well.
was just going to say, just really quickly, Ben, side note of Henschel, he kicked 8 in one game. So out of his total, like that was about a quarter of his goals in one game against Essendon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anyway, continue.
It's a good stat.
I'm here a week.
Yep. So finals.
Ugh.
Do we remember the qualifier?
Port.
No.
I just remember we lost to West Coast again.
Yeah, I was there.
Well, to get to the West Coast loss, we beat Freo by 30 points.
Mm.
I was at that game.
Yeah. And then prelim. Who did we play in the prelim?
West Coast.
Yes.
Yes.
And
So-
Ben Cousins got white line fever.
Is that the game Biglands got injured? And then
Maybe.
we shat the bed in the second half.
Yeah, we shut the bed in the second half.
We were
Yeah.
up 14 to 18, 40. Oh, jeez. Can't even read now. So 40 to 18 at half time, and then they just came out and, just smashed us in the
Yeah.
second half. They got to like 16 in front before we fired a shot back at them.
Yeah.
So,
My
Yeah,
mates and I had a banner that at that prelim that said Perry for PM.
it does seem that like you were there. I'm pretty sure I was there. Were you there, Sam, for that one?
I didn't go to the prelim. I went to the first final, but not
Yep.
the prelim.
And,
yeah.
and Nuz said he was there. So
And you were there.
Lauren?
Nah, I probably wasn't there.
No. Okay.
Nah.
So there you go.
The thing that annoys me about those 2 years is we couldn't lose to Sydney. Like we beat them. I don't know if we ever lost to them, but we just couldn't beat West Coast. So we never got a crack at them in the finals, in the grand final.
They were
Very disappointing.
Dirty,
Josh
dirty
was
cheats.
there. He said shattered.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, it was very bad.
I didn't
So-
go to much football like in the 2000s. It was when I was a kid mostly, and I dropped off in my teens, and maybe for the best after hearing how devastated everyone is.
That would have been my last year of getting to many games, because then it was a lot of moving around with work. So, yeah. All right. So we had 3 All-Australians?
Edwards.
No.
Rashudo.
No.
All right. No, I'm done.
Good one.
Yes.
Ben Hart.
McLeod.
McLeod is right. And then we've got the...
Ben Rutten.
No, but you're in the right area.
Bassett.
Bassett it is. Yep.
How many words have we got wrong so far?
Yep.
More than we've got right. And then at the end of the year, we may have signed on a certain player from Broken Hill.
Do we have to guess who that is? Or
I'm happy to move on. Is it rhetorical?
okay, cool.
And then last thing, I'm finally done with me. 2006 birth year,
Ooh.
nobody. So,
I was like,
and,
yeah, what did we say we weren't
and
having
I
this
did
anymore?
check the ladies as well. So
Nothing yet.
Nothing.
Would
for
it be our
either of them.
incoming draft member?
Yep.
Yes.
So whoever we get this year is most likely a 2006.
But we can't redo the episode 106.
Wow, this is a conundrum.
So we have surpassed the date of birth.
So you're going to have to move on
You're
to
gonna have
something
think of
else.
something else.
It's going to be just random old stats of, in 2006, some guy got 106 marks or...
okay.
That'll be fun like that, okay?
Fun.
So glad to hear you putting effort into that, Ben.
I've got to find who got 106 marks in 2006.
It's the control F on AFL tables. It's going to be tough.
Speaking of, Ben,
You
this
have
is,
to scroll down as well.
I think where the round Ben needs to get into is like useless AFL stats, that
Yeah,
page where they
yeah,
just pull out
true.
this random stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'd love that, Ben.
He's not that clever with searching
I
databases. I
don't
don't think.
He could
discredit
just
Ben.
tweet Swamp Thing every week.
Oh yeah, true. I haven't seen much from him. Is he gone? Is he still
Yeah.
around?
Well,
Dead,
not
probably.
much football happening right now.
Oh, but even during the season, I didn't see much from him.
Oh, surely you run out of stats at some
The
point.
Twitter algorithm's just feeding me US election rubbish.
That's what I'm saying, though.
the
You don't
worst.
run out of stats when you just make up useless ones like that other site. Anyway,
But
we've got
realistically, I get told my segment's too long, so you should be happy that something's dropping off.
That's true.
just mindful of time, guys, and we've got heaps to get through tonight. So let's get into what's pumping us up.
Music.
Cool drinks.
Lauren, I know you're chomping at the bit to go through.
Am I?
No, but tell us what's pumping you up.
I don't know. Actually, nothing much. I don't know if I should say this on air. My boyfriend's not listening though, but he went away on the weekend, like to Melbourne, for a little trip to go see some bands, and I was on my own for the weekend, and I can't begin to tell you how much I loved it. Just me and the pets, me and the dog, just walking the dog every day, cooking what I wanted, not having to worry about someone else.
This is the first episode he's ever watched live.
It was actually really nice.
I don't know. I've met Matt a few times. He seems like a cool, calm kind of guy. I can't imagine he'd cause you too much grief at home.
Not really, but you know, he does hog the TV a bit and
Get another
plays
one.
a lot of PlayStation. Well, we don't have room. Like we literally don't have room.
You heard of a phone?
Well, yeah, but you know, like It's not the same. I want to watch my shows.
I thought you would have gone into
Justice
talked
for
about
Matt.
the AHA Awards and how excited you were.
Oh
being
my
there.
God. Yeah, I did go to the AHA Awards. I got a last minute invite to that. And
Is
if
that-
you don't know
did
what
they
that
play
is,
Take On Me at that? AHA?
probably.
Very good.
It's the Australian
Thanks,
Hotels Association SA Awards
Yeah.
Gala Dinner.
Mm.
It's an absolute mouthful. Oh my God. I thought I was like on another planet when I walked in. It
Yeah.
was a spectacle, that's for sure.
It is.
Premier was there. The leader of the opposition was there. Will Goodings was the MC. Saw Jake from the TA there. Saw Nathan,
Wow.
friend of the pod, Nathan. He was there.
Yep.
And they were like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I was like, I don't know.
I also loved
yeah.
that when the Karanenka won an award, they played Eminem. I thought that was a
Yeah.
great choice.
They did, I showed Matt the footage of that afterwards, and he goes, I don't remember that at all.
Oh.
So must have been a real thrill being up there, winning the best live music venue.
Yeah.
They won against the Norwood Hotel,
Oof.
the
Finn
only
McCool's.
other nomination.
Jesus, that was, Jesus,
Is that still called
very
Finn McCool?
stiff.
In the front bar is, yeah.
Ah.
Anyway, what a pump up. Great.
Yeah.
I bet you're thrilled you've heard from me
I think
about all of that.
on that note, we're going to throw to Sam, who I'm
I've
sure is riveted. Oh,
He's only got his
I
segment.
stretch into my segment too
Yeah.
much.
yeah,
Just
no,
leave
that's
him
fair.
alone.
And
We'll
I've got
skip you.
very few goods.
Ben.
All right.
Here we go.
Yep. Here we go. So next door, so we're out the back of our house, as everyone's acutely aware now, we've got the chicken run and we've got a little paddock next to us. In that paddock, we have got 4 little baby goats.
Oh, more baby goats.
Baby goats. So in an ordinary year, we get goats sort of around March, April, and then they take a one-way trip to the Adelaide show.
You're going to say the abattoir?
Either way.
It is the Adelaide show, and I think possibly they get shown more for their carcass than their.
Oh,
right.
yeah,
oh, you've
so-
just ruined the whole pod.
Yeah, but we got new baby goats,
Yeah.
and normally we don't have any goats over summer, but now, and they were playing chasey yesterday.
Cute.
If you haven't seen a little baby goat play with its buddies, get around it.
What do you call a baby goat, Ben?
A kid.
And for those who thought Ben already had enough kids, think again.
Yep.
I'm here a week.
Dad Gaskin's back.
Oh, God.
Thanks, Ben.
No worries.
Also, I would like to say what's pumping me up is some occurrences at the Crows game last week. And I think we're going to talk about that game shortly. So this will be a segue, classic Dan segue. But thank you to Digger for helping us to get into the grandstand at the parade.
Oh, yes, the family and friends section.
That was,
we are friends
to me,
and family.
I was starstruck. There was Najwa Allen just sitting a few seats over. But right in front of Lauren and I was none other than Anthony McDonald, Tip and Woody.
Oh.
We actually spied him at the chicken shop before we
Yeah,
went
right.
in. But I was like, is that Tipper? And then I was like, there's only one man who looks like Tipper,
Yeah.
and that's Tipper.
And he
So-
was sitting there alongside Danielle Ponta's fiance, who they're obviously mates. And yeah, he got snapped by the media team, and who's sitting behind him but me in the photo, and Lauren, bit of Lauren's
You can see my fringe.
fringe. Yeah.
All right.
So
Why didn't you put that in the group chat?
I can't remember. I thought we might have said something. No, we mustn't have. But yeah, that was good. And yeah, lots of all the girls were sitting in there. There was Anne Hatchard, Georgie Hatchard's. Hang on, Anne Hatchard's wife, Georgie, was there as well.
They're all there.
They're all there. It was pretty cool and
And we had
good
old
view.
mate little Joey next to us, who was an absolute crack up.
That's it.
He's a comedian, Joey.
I felt like I was in the inner sanctum for a minute. No one knew who I was, but that was fine. We could see the players come off the ground, all that. We could see Ebony Marinoff stuck over the other side of the ground when she could have been on the field winning us the game. But, you know, these things happen.
Good time. Thanks, Digger.
Thanks, Digger.
We got some pump ups in the chat.
Love your work.
Adam Wilmer says pump up 3 weeks to the draft. I would be pumped if it was closer to the draft. I think it's just too far away for me. It's ages away.
That'll come around
Hurry
quick.
up. And Kate says pump up got me some Oasis tickets. Oh, God. I can't imagine the struggle getting those.
Did you get them, Lauren? I thought you did.
I don't go in there.
No, I thought someone said they
Did you
did.
get Metallica?
No.
No, we were just talking about that in the car. I don't know if you've seen Metallica's Instagram or TikTok, but their social media person just kind of wanders around the front of the show with the snake pit passes and just holds them out to people, and no one ever takes them because they don't know what the hell the person's doing. So I'm just going to probably go to Adelaide Oval and just go and find this person and get the free good tickets to the snake pit.
The snake pit. Yeah, right.
It's not a real snake pit, Ben. It's just right at the front of the stage.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Figurative, not literal.
Not
Gotcha.
literal, yeah.
I got Amel and the Sniffers tickets, so
Oh,
I'm happy
yeah.
with that. Anyway,
What do you think of the new album?
I like it.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Fine.
pumping me up too, actually, the new Amel album.
Yeah, there's lots of music pumping me up, but I know no one wants to hear about that. So
We used to
next-
talk
Well,
about it all the time.
yeah, and
Well,
then
the
we
other
cut
thing-
it because no one
well,
liked it.
First episode this year, I talked about how Smile had a.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they've got another one, don't
There's
they?
a second one out this
Yeah.
year already.
Yeah, and
Prolific.
Tom York's playing shows in Melbourne.
They are, and if
tonight
I
and tomorrow.
if I had the money earlier, I would have been going to watch it, but I did not.
Oh, one of
So
my friends is over
it's
there
sad.
watching it. Definitely should get Sam to edit that out, Lauren. You've given your secret away. Yeah, I don't think anyone in the chat's going to be doing that, are they?
No.
They're not going to try and get snake pit tickets because you'll see me and you'll be like, I'm going home.
Lauren
Anyway,
will take you in
carry
the
on.
snake pit. It's all good.
Snake pit.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'll need
can
someone to
can
go.
someone press a random button so we can just go to the next segment? I don't care what one. That'll do.
Okay, should be a Rip Snorter.
It was a rip snorter last Friday night at the parade. We played North Melbourne. They are the benchmark of teams in the AFLW at the moment, and we did take it up to them, barring a few of our skill errors and goal kicking, which has become a bit of a thorn in our side. We're also going to talk a little bit about the week before and the big win against Collingwood. But I'm just talking about what I can remember, which was only last Friday. When Lauren and I were going to the game, I was sort of thinking we could get pumped because as we've spoken about week on week, the forward line connection hasn't been great. It did come good against Collingwood, but Collingwood are sort of towards the bottom. So I was in a lot of fear about how we were going to turn up against North, and we, for the most part, played pretty well. Apart from them kicking, they were just able to get us on rebound quite a bit. They pressed and sort of flooded our forward line, and then when they were able to get out the back, they were able to sneak some pretty easy goals, which we weren't able to get. We had to work really hard, a la the men's team, which was interesting. There's lots of correlation in that, but I think my main takeaway from it was that I think we can take it up to them on our day if we can get some of the fundamentals right in the finals. But they are definitely still the benchmark North. Ben,
Dan.
any thoughts?
Yep. So we're doing definitely North and then Pies.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Reverse chronological.
Yeah, why
Yep,
not?
Good. Yeah. So I don't have much to add in terms of general thoughts. It's really we just need to kick straighter, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
That would help a lot.
I think we also need to get more of our shots closer to goal because we're sort of.
There were some tough ones, but there were some gettable ones.
There were
as well,
definitely some
so-
gettable ones, but a lot of ours are sort of around that 40 metre sort of range, 30 to 40, and we seem to struggle from there.
Yeah.
Generally.
Stats wise, a lot was pretty even. Like possessions were pretty equal. Inside 50s were 32 to 34. We lost that narrowly, but we still got a fair few shots on goal for only halving the inside 50s, which was interesting. I would have thought it wouldn't have been the case, but yeah, and it also didn't feel like we were as clean with the ball as North, but our disposal efficiency was higher. But I think that's because we had a higher uncontested possession, so you probably that means that you get a few more cleaner possessions that aren't necessarily making any penetration. So
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of a false thing to say we were better with the ball. We won hit-outs 47-31, but we lost clearances 26-32. So we were pretty dominant in the ruck, but their midfield was able to better ours, which is unfortunate. And then there was
familiar as
the turnovers stats. So now if we had 49, they had 60. I assume that's we turned it over against them only 49. Is that
Yeah.
how you would read it? So the higher number
Is worse.
yeah, so it said so Adelaide had 49 turnovers.
Yeah.
North Melbourne had 60.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would assume that North Melbourne were actually able to turn over the ball from us 60 times. Is that what we're saying?
No,
I think it's the
that means they
opposite.
turned it over 60 times.
So
Yeah.
we turned it over more than they did. I mean, we
Less.
We forced a turnover more than they did.
Yeah.
Press it again.
Oh, that surprises me as well. So how about that?
Yeah, it does surprise me too. That's how I would read it anyway. I could be wrong now that you've put that out in the ether. Like, that could be correct, Ben.
Someone
Maybe
on the
we're reading
chat,
it all
please
wrong.
tell us.
Josh just said in the chat that North were great at line breaking in the contest and quick handballing,
Yep.
clean with the ball. And that is, I think that is actually maybe our biggest problem as a whole generally is that, like, I wish we could just pick it clean up off the deck a bit better. We don't really seem to do that. I find the girls, like, often, like, they start crowding around the ball to give themselves space and to shepherd other players off the ball. But in doing that, they're wasting too much time and they're not actually physically picking the ball up and getting it out of the contest. Like, I feel like that could improve a little
Yeah,
bit.
and I think other teams are spreading a lot better forward of the contest as well. They're getting it out to someone who can just run forward with some clear air, whereas
Yeah.
we're often going sideways or trying to then find a handball to someone who's just about to get tackled, and we're not getting that free-flowing run that creates easier inside 50 chances.
Yeah, and North had 2 goals there that were just arsey kicks, like
Yep.
from the forward 50 line, and managed to get them in. And because we had no defender down the back keeping the pocket safe, like, yeah, very frustrating watch.
But I think the positive is North are, I think, clearly the best team this year. We didn't kick straight. We probably didn't play as good as we might have, and we still got within 8 points.
Yeah, I was
And-
like, I did say to Dan on the night, I was pretty impressed with the fact that they were kind of standing up to them at least.
Yeah. And then our other loss is Brisbane. We nearly beat up in Brisbane. That was some horrendous umpiring.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
And
a
Melbourne
few howlers on
Again. Yeah.
Friday as well.
and
Yeah,
Melbourne we just don't want to talk about. That was
No.
just a terrible game. But yeah, so
there was a really blatant
Yeah.
push in the back that got missed.
Oh, yeah.
that was like absolutely
That
shocking.
resulted in a goal, didn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
no, she missed, I think. So,
No, I don't know,
yeah.
but it was like absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
but yeah, the frees I think overall were fairly even in terms of numbers, but yeah, I'm not sure. I think
Yeah,
I think it was more we didn't take our opportunities than getting
Yeah.
robbed.
Yeah, I think
this
it
game.
works both ways with the umpiring. There were definitely some howlers, but the whole holding the ball rule is just so frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah, it
and
is.
that's both ways.
It is. It makes no sense. Often a holding the ball will be made when someone gets it instantly tackled, but because the tackle looks a certain way, we'll call that holding
Yeah.
the ball, even though it has no...
They're not rewarding the person going for the ball at all in
No,
some situations.
it's-
They get tackled as
yeah.
soon as they get their hand on it, and it's holding the ball.
Yeah, it's a very strangely adjudicated thing at the moment.
But it's obviously something they're consciously making that decision on because
They've been told to be...
they're doing it consistently that bad.
Well, they are, but then they miss a few, and then you're like,
Mm.
well, how does that work? And
Yeah.
it's all over the show.
Yeah. Any other comments on that game, Samuel?
No, I did
But-
watch it this week at least.
We might
That's
just
good to know.
we might just for the fun split it up and do the votes now for that game. Lauren, give us your 3, 2, 1.
For what? Which game?
North.
Oh, the North. I got 3 for Noffy, 2 for Danielle Ponta, 1 for Chelbo.
Chelbo. Samuel, have you done votes
Josh
this time?
just said he felt like Bedell was getting towed up in the first half. I can't remember. I don't really remember noticing that, but I did think that she had a pretty decent game in the end.
Mm. Yeah.
But it also feels like an age ago.
I won't agree because
can't
it'll give away
remember
my
what happened
votes.
Well, I gave her the one vote as well.
Okay.
So I
well,
thought she was alright.
can't have been that bad in the second half then, Josh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe.
Maybe
Refresh our memories.
Maybe we're just wrong.
yeah, maybe we're just wrong.
We've been wrong a bit
I
tonight.
was like,
yeah,
oh.
Josh pays more attention than us. Maybe
I mean, Josh does know all the answers to the quiz questions,
that's
which
true.
is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
We can't-
I'm
we
worried
can't-
now that Chelbo had an absolute stinker.
No,
and
he
we-
just went like, ugh.
We can't prove that Josh isn't Googling though.
Well, we can't, but I trust him.
I trust him,
I give
yeah.
him the benefit of the
I don't
doubt.
know why I trust
Yeah, no,
him, but
fair.
I do.
Yeah, I just do. Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying he is Googling.
Oh,
saying we can't say that
no, my dad just messaged me and asked where the socks are. He bought me the worst pair of Tex socks you've ever seen.
Oh, really?
They're like this like caricature of Tex on these long socks, and they look so bad. Sorry, Dad, I forgot to bring them. Next
Oh,
time, next
just
podcast.
Disappointed.
Yeah, I'm actually disappointed.
Sorry, Mr. Marnie. Sam.
that goes in the bads.
That's in the bad.
Yeah, Sam votes.
Yeah. No, it's the same as Lauren.
Oh, same as Lauren.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
he
easy
hasn't-
enough
he
to
hasn't
do.
actually got
When you
them.
don't do
Yeah,
your
I do.
votes. Were you typing them?
I'll
as
be
you-
honest,
he
I
does.
didn't-
He does
No,
actually.
that's
type them
I'll
in.
be honest, I don't have them for the Collingwood game. I forgot there was two.
to him now. Ben, your vote.
Yeah, we're feeling pretty confident about number 3 because I did put Bedell as 3 votes. I
3.
Oh, no.
She may have been towed out in that first quarter.
Josh is going to tune out and never watch us again.
Josh's like, this cunts
my disclaimer is the first quarter and a half I was still at Henry's cricket game.
That was the part Josh is talking about.
So I was half looking up and half had it on my phone. So it was a little bit distracted at that point. The bits I did see, she really did seem to stand up well and went at 82% when she had the ball. So that's why I gave her more votes because she was cleaner with it. 2 to Marinoff. She dropped down a spot. She went at like 48%.
Yeah.
Did have 16 tackles, but yep. And then the last one, I just went with Hatchard, but again, she went at 40%.
Yeah.
But she was in there and having a go. So
Josh has just asked, what about Chelsea Randall? And I will say, Josh, that she was very close to making my votes.
She was good,
didn't
but she
quite
also
scrape
had
in.
3 behinds as well. So I
Yeah.
think rules you out. 3 behind, 0 goals.
I would suggest that for me, she might have soldiered on.
Oh,
Well,
okay. Well,
we're not
don't
up
give
to that
anything
yet.
away.
But I don't want to give anything away.
No.
No, I actually went 3 votes for Noffy because, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion most weeks. But it wasn't
who's
her,
going to win.
it wasn't her best game. It wasn't her best game, but she still got the most of the ball, and I think she did sort of compete really hard, which kept us in the game. I actually gave 2 to Jess Allen. I thought obviously she won the hit outs. I think she also competed really well in the air. And she just has a really red hot crack every week, I think, which is she's definitely a good asset for us. And I went 1 for Maddie Newman, who I thought also did quite well and built as the game went on.
Who'd you give 2 votes to?
Jess Allen.
Oh.
Did you tune out for a minute?
Yeah, I did.
Just micro sleep.
I fell asleep on the couch this afternoon. I haven't done that in years, just randomly.
And just then.
The whole
And
dad
just then.
thing's catching up to
It
you
is.
now.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Do you want to press the soldiers on? No, Sam, I really do empathise with that because I remember those days and I'm still living it. Lauren?
Controversially, I've got a 2-parter.
Ooh.
I've got
What?
2 I've got 2 soldiers on here.
He's stuffing him.
I don't know if Ben's ever had
Can't
2.
split them.
I think you'll find I've got 1 cell.
I think you'll find that this won't be a problem for you, Ben.
Brain cell? Sorry, Ben, that was low.
I'm splitting the soldiers on. One has soldiered and one is on. And the soldier is Brooke Tonnen and the one that is on was Kira Mueller. I both thought, even though they were kind of quiet, but I guess that is the point. They did soldier on, and I thought Kizza had a few
Kizza was
amazing
good.
moments, and so did Brooke. So I'm giving them the 1-2.
The
Ben hates this.
the parents and friends dugout was loving Kiz's work, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say I shouldn't be copping any flack for any double nominations.
Well, this
now.
is if you can break the rules, I can.
Well, there's 1 spot though.
Sam,
I only ever gave
Well,
it
you
1
can
spot.
do what I did and write Tonnen/Mueller.
we've moved on.
I might do 2 as well.
Well, I might just choose which one of yours counts.
Okay, Sam.
I gave it to Prowse.
Nice. Good choice.
Thank you.
Ben,
Well, you heard it before.
did I? Oh, I didn't
He's
pick up.
he's
I didn't-
grumpy now. Look at him.
I didn't pick up your
I'm not going to
hint.
take this serious as bloody Randall.
I've got 1 for each letter of soldiers on. No. I've picked Chelbo. Because even though she got towed up in the first half.
This wouldn't be
She
a
came
problem,
home
Ben,
strong.
if you didn't have this fancy fucking formulaed out Excel spreadsheet and you just had a normal
It looks like a Word document.
the 1 to
It
10.
is a Word document.
No, I write it in the Word document and later when I've got more time I put it in the proper.
Right, and has that got formulas?
Yes.
Of course it does.
He's got the sheets linked to the columns, and that's why he's complaining.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got a whole thing going on. He's got a whole network of documents for this voting thing.
What does it do when you put in something that doesn't like? It's like the ref with the little hashes and
No,
stuff.
well, no, it doesn't let you. It just says invalid thingamajiggy or whatever.
Oh,
it is.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's talk about the Collingwood
Yeah,
game.
he hates me. Look at him.
Yeah, he does. He's angry now.
I feel like we need to almost just split a vote and see who gets it. So
I want to think about how
Rock,
my
paper, scissors.
how my votes for the Pies game can piss Ben off more. Let's talk about the Pies game though. That was
Forgotten
obviously
about this game.
yeah. Well, I'm trying to make out I haven't. So it was
It
good.
was the one we won.
Yeah,
We
that's
won
true.
by a lot. So
Yeah,
it
we
was
did.
better,
After
than
our
the other one.
poor performance against Melbourne, it was nice for us to bounce back against the Pies, the lowly Pies, I should say, who have seemed to have fallen off the face of the earth despite having some fairly decent players in the mix. Not sure what's going on there, but yeah, we did well. Scoring was up. It looked like all of a sudden our forward line connection problems had been improved.
Second
Well,
quarter
everyone
was
was kicking him.
woeful. There wasn't a goal. I don't think there was a goal scored in the second quarter.
I'm not talking about.
Sorry.
I'm talking about a whole game.
Okay.
But no, good point. We didn't
Yeah.
score any in the second.
No
quarter.
one did.
But Taylor Levy came onto the
It's
scene.
Levy.
Oh well, for fuck's sake! Is it? It depends which commentator you're listening to.
Levy.
Levy. All right.
the correct ones are saying Levy.
All right. I apologise, Taylor. It is Levy.
It doesn't have two V's though, so I kind of agree.
Does it?
It
No, it
doesn't.
doesn't.
No, it's got one.
But it also doesn't
That's what I
have
mean.
two E's.
Yeah. Like a
Jesus.
levy. How do
This is
you?
embarrassing. I was saying that Taylor Levy kicked 3 goals and had a great game, I think. So that was really good to see her get some reward and see someone different kick some goals. It was really nice as well. So hopefully she can have a few more games like that in the future. Ben.
There's a chance I forgot about her game, so I've just changed something up quickly. It's been a while.
While you're doing that, Noffy, I was remiss to mention, didn't she break another record of disposals that game?
Probably
41. or
Sounds
something.
like something she'd do. So she did get the 3 votes for me.
I wasn't asking about votes yet.
Oh, okay, good.
Stats.
Stats. All right. Jeez, we're really on. So dominated really. Territory we dominated. We had 40 to 18 inside 50, so over double. So we say our connection was back, but we'd had plenty of chances.
Make some more noise drinking.
Sorry.
Just some respect would be nice. Freeze for. So we had 22 to 10 freeze our way against Collingwood. So that's nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nice to be on the
Unexpected.
Yeah.
other side.
At
So there
Vic
you go.
Park. Vicky Park.
And we won clearances easily. I feel like I've done a typo, 38 to 16, but we lost hit out, so it was the opposite of the North game. So
Mm.
Yeah,
Sabrina
I
Frederick.
did notice that Jess didn't really seem to have quite as good a game.
Take her out of my votes then. No,
but we
she's not.
certainly dominated their midfield. We had 122 to 89 contested possession, so we were harder at it. We had 15 marks inside 50. They had 0.
Mm.
So
Yikes.
They haven't got much happening in the forward line at Collingwood.
they haven't got much going on this year. No.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyway, thanks, Ben.
Mm.
I think without further ado, we'll get into some votes. Lauren.
Oh, was Ben finished?
Oh, he said he was, didn't he?
All done.
Great. 3 for Taylor Levy.
Wow.
Josh
What?
says Chevy to the levy. Yeah.
Thank you, Josh. If I'd known that earlier, I wouldn't have said Levy. I feel bad now.
2 to Caitlin Gould. Can't sniff at 3 goals each. And 1 to Anne Hatchard.
Thanks, Sam.
You're welcome.
I didn't actually do votes on the night, so I shouldn't say what I've done.
No.
I'll
you
just
can't.
copy.
I didn't. I
Lauren's
did them like half an hour ago.
Oh, did you? I'll copy.
Given the
Lauren's then.
fact that
Copy mine.
the winner's already decided, it doesn't matter.
Well, it's Golden. Is it Levy or Levy? What did we decide on?
We'll get young Taylor to call us and tell us.
We didn't decide on anything. Her name is Levy. That's how it is.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Ben.
Yes.
All right.
We've got to be on our best behaviour now.
Yeah, he's very mad.
I'm
isn't
waiting
he?
for Sam to do his usual. This is the worst podcast we've ever done.
I don't think it's there.
You'd
Just
be
yet.
right this time.
We're,
Oh no,
we're
it's
going to be. Give it 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You're
No, it's not that-
far away from a classic old Ben. I'm very tired tonight.
Oh, no.
it's not like that one we did downstairs.
Oh, yeah, everything broke.
Nothing's ever going to beat that one.
No,
the 100th episode.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ben. Your votes?
My vote. So I gave it to Marinoff, another dominant game. Gould for her 3 goals, 8 marks, and Levy as well. Everyone.
You know when you can do those cells that don't change, like you don't need. You can just freeze the cell. I think that's what we need to do for Noffy because
yeah,
it's
she's
pretty much
quite
done.
the year.
So I had her for 3 as well. I had Hatchie for 2, and I had Levy for the 1 vote. Surprisingly, considering we had nothing to talk about, we've really padded things out pretty well tonight so
I
far.
think we just stuffed most things up and it's taking a long time.
Yeah, I
Let's
can't
keep
believe anyone's still watching this.
Repeating ourselves.
Yeah,
we need to
not-
apologise to the
I
audience.
think Josh is the only person in the chat right now.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, Josh. What happened to Kate?
I
Kate's
think
there.
she's tuned out. She's probably like,
Kate's getting dinner.
boring.
Lauren.
Sarah Goodwin.
Ooh, nice. Samuel.
Same.
And Ben.
Yeah, good one.
Well, I had Caitlin Gould with her 3 goals. I thought.
Oh,
she
Kate's
was
still
pretty
there. I think.
I think Caitlin Gould, by and large, has sort of really taken a game to the next level in terms of marking. I love that she can take a few clunks a game, generally.
She's a very important part of our forward line. We just need a bit of a secondary.
Yeah, we need
option.
Eloise Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do we miss EJ Watt? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, she ain't come back this year though. So
no. But
It's
next
too
year,
bad.
yeah, that's it. All right, that is that. And I think we need to move on to Sam's segment.
Sam's mailbag.
Yeah.
If you want to know what's in the spring, get into Rowan Jarman.
Good things. I only got one. It was you posting that Deer Hunter song the other day, sent me on a journey.
Oh, on that just that album or
Yeah.
generally?
Well, and also like I didn't actually, or I did realize this, but I didn't realize this, but I've been a big fan of his. I don't know whether I'll get cancelled if I say his name. The dedication for that song is to Jay Retard.
Yep.
He spells it with an A, but I
Yes.
think you say the word that you probably shouldn't use anymore. So it sent me on a spiral down his albums as well, and he's great. Well, I've listened to him quite a lot, and I think he played at the Laneway that Deer Hunter were at.
Yeah.
As well, which
Yep.
is kind of cool. So that was my only good thing, but I like it when something spurs me on like a little musical journey, and that album is so good.
Yeah, that's cool. That was actually a Facebook memory that I posted from like 9 years ago, but Dan pointed out to me kindly that it hadn't attached the memory. So I was just like, this is the greatest song ever, and everyone was like, what song is it? But I actually like that album came out and I like basically sat it in my iTunes for like 5 years before I actually listened to it.
Oh, really? Yeah,
and I
right.
listened to it when I was studying, and I just fell in love with that immediately. That whole album and that one song was just perfect. It's
Yeah.
called He Would Have Laughed, and it's
Yes.
on the album Halcyon Digest.
Yeah.
So yeah, check that out.
Yeah, it's very good. Are you a fan, Dan?
I haven't given him much time, to be honest.
okay.
So on that recommendation, I probably will.
That album is so good, Dan. I reckon you'd really like it.
Yeah, it is very, very good. Well, that's all.
That's it.
Footwear sacrificed at half price and equipment slashed to half price. Rowan Jarman's huge half price sale. Don't miss it.
Bin things. I don't think Boyce's in the chat tonight, but I want to launch an investigation into the Hungry Jacks on Goodwood Road. Slowest Hungry Jacks in history. Have you guys been to that
Are
one?
you getting hot burgers though?
Yeah,
Yeah. See,
maybe.
Can't
it's
complain.
probably for the best.
Yeah, maybe.
Because
Yeah,
I
that's
got
fair.
Hungry Jacks. I hope he's in the chat. Because I got Hungry Jacks the other night and I went to the West Terrace Hungry Jacks. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it was on the way
Oh,
home
that
from
one's
here or something.
toilet.
I mean, it's shit, but it's the one that's closest to my house when I'm driving home. So I went there and I got 2 burgers and I got 2 waffles with cheese, and then I drove home, maybe a 4-minute drive. And those burgers were ice cold by the time I got
Gross.
home.
Yeah,
Yuck.
that's fair. Yeah, okay. Well,
you chuck 'em in the air
food's
fryer?
generally good, but I just
I don't have an air fryer.
I've only been there twice, and 3 times now, and every time I've had to go into the little parking bay and wait for like 5 minutes. And Lizzie almost busted me last time because she called me while I was there.
Well, she's probably in the chat.
She is,
so.
I think, watching. So I've given myself up. But yeah, I just want to know why they're. But maybe that's true. Maybe they're just fresher
They're
burgers.
actually just trying to
They
do
could
their
be.
job properly.
Yeah. It is new. They moved. It was the one that was just out here.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's
They've
over-
probably got
road
a lot
over.
of new stuff and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, give them a break.
Yeah, it's a
You can
two-story
wait.
one too.
You can wait a
It's pretty
couple of
flash.
minutes for your fucking fries.
Yeah, that's true. That is very
I
true.
might have had a sneaky recovery burger today and it was piping hot. It was almost needed to give it a bit of time.
I'm
At
so
Hungry Jacks.
jealous.
Where from?
This was on Brighton Road.
Oh,
So next to the Foodland.
All of this
Oh,
is just
yeah.
making me
Oh,
want
that's a
Hungry
new one
Jacks
too.
now.
On this whole topic, has anyone ever had a hot McDonald's burger? I'd say probably not.
No.
I've had a hot cheeseburger, definitely.
Mm,
But not very often.
Macca's
Yeah.
is really bad most of the time.
temperature wise.
Yeah, Mac's
Yeah.
is shit. Hungry Jacks is shit, but I'll eat it every time.
KFC's best. In
KFC brought Tower Burger back.
my- Did they?
Yep.
Isn't that, the
should
one
have
with
been your
pineapple
goods.
on it?
No,
No.
hash brown.
Oh, it's a hash brown. Yeah, that's right.
They've got a Tower Twister.
Oh.
It's a hash brown
Oh,
Twister.
Do you have to stand it up? Otherwise, it's not a tower.
The new
Most of your
Macca's at
jokes.
Pasadena is a good operation, Kate
Oh,
said.
yeah, right.
Interesting.
Okay, I haven't been to that one.
Macca's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hungry Jack sponsors the Crows now, so I think we're supposed to say they're great. Yeah. They are good. We do love Hungry Jack's, Mateo. I just want it to be warm and hot. That's it. And I do love Hungry
Just take
Jack's.
a detour down to Brighton and you'll be fine.
Yeah, a bit of a detour.
Do you have any more bad?
Yeah, I do. Halloween.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Nah.
Halloween's shit.
Nah.
It is a terrible custom that a stupid American custom that should just not be here,
All right.
It's, not, even American, though.
isn't it? Well, they're the ones that care about
It's not
it.
American Scrooge.
The current iteration of it would be quite an Americanized way
Yeah, I
of
would've thought so.
celebrating
Of
Halloween.
course.
I'm just all for kids having fun, and that's all. It's
No,
about.
I'm not.
It's
moving
actually
on.
Irish. So what's your heritage?
Yeah, it's like mostly Irish.
You should know.
You should love Halloween.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. What was that, Laurie?
That was my terrible
Shocking.
English/Irish hybrid
Look,
accent.
we
that I
don't all
have.
support Sam's views on this podcast.
Dan's getting excited because he's got your street's a Halloween
Yeah,
street.
yeah,
You mentioned.
yeah.
Oh, boy.
Kate said she used to feel the same, but she's done a complete 180.
Oh nah.
I just think it's
I
fun.
think it's fine. I'm never going to dress up. I'm never going to have treats for any children on my
No.
street. Sorry, but
No,
do
well,
whatever you
look,
want.
I said this yesterday in a chat, and I think it's literally whoever's participating, you decorate your house, you're fair game. If you don't do it, you're not fair game. You don't do it. Like, That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
And you can stay out of it. You don't have to do it.
I
The
mean-
only problem is the shops capitalizing on it and decking out the whole shop in Halloween shit. And if you don't want to be part of Halloween, then you're forced to be.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I was more organized, I'd probably get in on it and I'd like put a pumpkin out the front and like let the kids come and take some chockies. But I'm just really not that organized.
It's like the same argument for Christmas. Like Christmas is an absolute pile of bullshit, but like we do it for the kids.
Nah, I love
right?
Christmas.
No, but what I'm saying is where it's come from. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
what it's
I don't-
become.
Yeah,
like
yeah, I agree.
if we care about the origins of Halloween, we also need to care about the origins of Christmas.
Yeah, you do know that half of my things I just say to cause a bit of
Yeah,
friction.
no, I'm doing the same thing.
Mr. Drossum said, "I'll
bickering.
take his
My-
lollies."
Yeah, my 2 cents worth, I'm probably leaning towards more of a Sam take on
Ooh.
Halloween.
That's
Oh,
not
so
I
you're not
also-
letting your kids dress up?
No, they'll still get to do it.
Oh.
It just means I don't have a choice and I still partake in something I find displeasing.
How is Halloween in Strathalbyn?
Very well set up.
Is it?
Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
it's got this, like this big block that basically that's the spot where all the kids go
I
to.
remember we
Ah.
talked about this last
Yeah,
year.
it would have been the year
Oh.
before last, and there was this
No, that's-
very disturbing boy who was dressed up as a serial killer carrying a knife.
Oh, that's right,
Looking
yeah.
Like a
very
real
I wonder
knife.
if he'll be back
Just
out
Strath
this year.
things.
looking very serial killery.
I
very
would have
serious.
expected a much light-hearted view on Halloween from you, Ben. So
It's not something. I guess it's not something I grew up with. I have no sentimentality to it. I do see it as an import from America in its current form, and
I was
find
being
it
sarcastic.
and just find it a bit blah.
Mr. Drawsome had a go at me for calling it American.
And I
but-
did see a warning about all the fake cobwebs. Birds getting caught up in it and all sorts of things.
Oh, I reckon I put that in my bads when I lived in
Convenient
Prospect.
that's never come up before. Mm.
Well, no, I think I did because I remember when I was living in Prospect, there was this stupid house down the road from me that had a hedge out the front, and then they put one of those fake spiders and fake spider webs in the hedge, and so when you walk, and you sort of like catches the corner of your eye, and it
scared
me.
you.
It scared me multiple
It did,
times.
so it did the job.
That is not what Ben was saying. It was about
I was
the
worried
nature.
about the wildlife.
not you, not you,
I fell
not you,
asleep
Sam.
he wasn't actually worried about. He wasn't worried about the arachnophobes.
The article didn't mention it's dangerous for large men. It was more-
Dan would have freaked out.
You're right. I'm with you, Sam.
Thank you. Thanks.
Except that's not what Ben was talking about.
No, I tuned out for a bit.
Again,
Sorry.
another micro
He's just
sleep.
the producer producer. He's just the producer at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Guys, we're literally keeping Sam awake right now.
You are.
He's got more bads.
I do. Yeah.
wow.
I'm currently buying a house at the moment. Well, I think it's over the line. So
that's bad.
it's in the bads because I'm pretty sure that somewhere along the line our number has gone out to a number of
Oh no.
terrible like solar people.
Oh,
and I'm
yes.
just copping all these phone. Like Lizzie and I have been bombarded with spam calls.
And
the
you know
last
what's
couple of
shit
weeks.
about solar? If you talk to them, they come to your house all of a sudden.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Oh, we need to come to your house to see you. They don't do it all online like most businesses these days.
Yeah,
they
right.
visit your house. I had
Okay.
2 guys that came to my house about solar. I'm like, no.
Yeah, right.
I literally knocked on the door. Oh, we're doing solar in the area.
I don't know about other people, but there's absolutely no way that I would buy solar off somebody that called me.
No,
Just not going to happen. I might get solar one day.
they've got
but-
it wrong.
Yeah, they have got it wrong. Anyway, that's
Ben's
shit.
got
so-
solar.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've
You can
always
have-
wanted solar, and if I would, yes, you would research and work out who's reliable, and because I think there's a lot of cheap, substandard systems that you can buy.
Dodgy builders, dodgy solar guys.
The solar
think so.
guys will call you, all right?
Speaking about dodgy builders, have you guys watched that site inspections guy on YouTube?
TikTok inspector guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be the same guy.
Yeah, I think it is.
Is the one that he talks like this?
Yeah, yeah.
And what's your problem, mate?
Non-compliant, and he just pokes
Non-compliant,
his thing in the silicon. He's
Isn't
like,
it
"No."
terrible though? What he finds?
Yeah, no,
it's shocking.
Yeah, there's some absolutely
Like,
gross
why would
builds.
anyone want to build a new house?
No.
And when you're seeing that on TikTok like every single day.
Yeah. Did you see
Crazy.
Victoria's brought in some new building reforms? And a lot of people saying it's because of on the back of what he's been
Really?
like,
Well,
bringing
that's
light
great.
to, which is kind of cool. Yes,
Keep
but
talking.
oh yeah, you off.
Got
But
a wee.
the worst thing, I don't know how much driving you guys do just in general, but it's just one thing I've
Too
noticed
much.
about Adelaide people is when you're on like a freeway and you're going from 80 to 110, the pressure on you to be doing 110 at least like 300 meters before that 110 sign is ridiculous in this state. I don't know if anyone else notices this, but it's like, no, that there is where we're supposed to be doing 110, but you'll get idiots in Ford Rangers just right up your ass like for 500 meters before that. It's like, just calm down.
Yeah, we're
I
getting
know,
there.
Yeah, we're getting there. I can see the sign. It's not until there. Now, I know this is a petty thing, but it seems to be every time,
I
especially
think
in the northern.
For me, I'm like,
expressway.
once you see the sign, that's when you start speeding up. Because depends how far the sign is, obviously.
Yeah.
But usually the sign is like coming at you, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, now I'm going to speed up
Yeah.
and go the speed
And
limit.
I would do that, but
Yeah.
the amount of times that you sort of do that and just get to 110, it's like, nah, there's someone who's
Already
getting
there.
very annoyed at you only doing 100 in the 80 zone.
I've been tailgated a lot recently, and look, I can be a bit of a tailgater when someone's going a bit too slow, but I also know that I'm doing it, so I do back off and give them room or try and get around them. But I've had a lot of people tailgating me on the way to work lately,
Yeah.
and like for no real reason, because we're city driving, like. You're not getting anywhere any faster by riding up my fucking ass. I've got 5 cars ahead of me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
Is it always a ute as well?
Not often a ute.
Yeah.
But
Raptor.
yeah. In fact, I had this guy proper road rage me the other day and like
Oh, yeah.
do the full brake checking me
Oh, yeah,
and
good.
like slowed all the way down to 40. And I was like, I can play this game. I'm literally 5 minutes from home. I'm not in a rush to get there. I'll go 40 behind you, man.
Sorry about that.
Like, what are we doing? Yeah, it was you.
That's all I got. That's the end of my bads.
What do you think of the convenient extra job available for the Geelong coach?
Oh yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Was it
Yeah.
some finance company? Was it?
Already haven't
That
heard.
is a major sponsor of the Geelong Cats.
Yeah, yeah. They're not even really hiding it, and is it nothing to see
Well,
here from the AFL?
No, they're
Apparently
investigating it
there's
now.
now an
Apparently,
investigation.
they've
Okay.
realised that it could be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Or,
well,
you know.
it's a bad look for starters, I would assume.
Well, I think,
Well, it is
the
not.
general, vibe of Geelong is that people are getting extras,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they all bought into Lenny's
farms,
pub, didn't
land, pubs,
Brownless.
cotton on,
Yeah.
all of that shit. So, yeah, how long do you get away with this stuff for? I mean, it's pretty blatant.
It feels that way when it's a major sponsor. It'd be different if it was a organisation that had nothing to do with the Geelong Football Club.
Like
and
Vizzy.
this was a position that, Carlton and some those cardboard boxes don't make themselves.
No, you need
Geelong-
a Judd there to do them.
Yeah.
Geelong aren't stupid though. You can guarantee they've covered their tracks every way they
Oh, yeah.
possibly can. So it will get swept under the rug. And, no coincidence that Bailey Sniff already does marketing for Cotton On.
No,
What I'd say is Geelong aren't stupid. Geelong are entitled.
Yeah.
Mm.
If they're going to get a player, they'll pay as little as possible. If they're going to give away a player, they should get as much as possible.
Oh, yeah. It's the Geelong way.
And they get away with it, and it's annoying.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And on that note,
Mr. Drawsome in the chat. As mentioned earlier, watching Rowie on 5AA live stream is quite the experience. Between his eye rolls, facial expressions, and his guts hanging out his shirt, I think he forgets he's been watched. That's a good call. Yeah, when they do, it's really funny watching them, and when they're interviewing people, and you see like their little the eye rolls and the glances between the two of
Really?
them. During that.
That's
So
awesome.
Love
yeah,
that.
they definitely do forget sometimes that they're being watched for sure.
Are they still on YouTube, Mr. Drawsome? Because I'd go back and watch a few if they're still up.
Oh yeah, they're all. I think they're all there.
That's
yeah,
pretty funny.
yeah.
it is.
Kate said Far North Queensland was way worse, Sam. If I wasn't speeding by 20 Ks, I had wankers up my clacker.
I
Yes.
think it might be time for a bit of Ben's backyard.
Do you reckon? Yeah, it could be.
I don't know if he's got anything prepared, but
We'll force him into it.
it's almost off season when we start doing Ben's backyard as a standalone segment. Ben,
Well, as you predicted, I haven't really prepared anything, but I'm always happy to have a bit of a chat. So,
I feel like you're always prepared for this kind of
well,
discussion.
I've
Concurrent
recently
viewers have fallen off a cliff.
Yeah, all right. Well, you asked for it, so I'm just giving it. So we, new baby and stuff, things got a bit neglected over the winter and early spring, but I've had a weekend of just absolutely going nuts on the weeds. I think it was about 6 wheelbarrow loads that the chickens got to have a bit of a play through with the weeds and cleared it up. And I'm hopefully this year I'm going to be putting in not particularly high raised, but some raised garden beds for the veggies this year. So it's a lot easier to keep defined patches for them. And the big quandary, do I go with hardwood red gum sleepers or do I go with cypress pine sleepers that are apparently also rot and termite resistant?
Wow. Is that a question for us?
I want to.
I'd like to know
But
your
it's
opinions.
the redwood will look nicer, but isn't as.
Well, apparently the cypress actually looks quite good.
Oh, does it?
And it's because the red gum, it's got a nice colour, but it's a bit rougher looking, whereas the cypress looks a bit more dressed, I guess.
Right. Okay.
And yeah,
Nah, not a fan.
of which one?
The cypress.
Cypress pine.
Yeah,
Right.
I reckon the redwood.
Mm-hmm.
Was it redwood, red gum, or are
Red
they the
gum.
same thing?
Red gum.
Red
Okay.
gum. Redwood. Red gum wood. Red gum.
Hi to everyone at Redwood Park listening.
So, so yeah, so that's
yeah,
that.
the redwood's better, I think.
The red gum. Yep. So I was
Sorry, red gum. I'll get it right one day, Ben.
Is that I was only 19 band? Red gum? Anyway.
And we're looking at doing up our driveway, have a north-facing fence next to that, what will be a driveway. So hopefully a metre in of that, I'll put the red gum sleepers and plant out a big long hedge of citrus all along there.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've been in my house for nearly 12 months as of next week, and I still haven't yet to have Ben over, which is a damn shame because I really need some lawn tips.
You have a really large yard for someone who's not very good with it.
Right?
Yeah.
So I've started to try to put some thought into it now, nearly 12 months on.
All right.
I got some tips on aerating. I've watched a few YouTube videos, and I've bought some of those the sandals that you put on and you can walk over the lawn.
So he won't like that because it
I
doesn't
saw
create
the
a
eyebrow
hole.
raise.
Well,
It
interesting.
it just forces the soil outwards. It doesn't create a hole.
Yeah, so still things to learn clearly, but
Sorry, I'm
I've got
speaking on behalf of him.
those and
Pretty
He's
some
sure.
not disagreeing.
No, he's not.
some top dressing, and my plan is this weekend.
I think Ben's asleep.
He's listening intently, Sam.
Sorry.
Don't you know what that looks like?
I'm just letting him get what he wants to get out.
Yeah, thank you, Ben.
So you can berate him.
Well, I'm happy for him to berate if he waits his turn.
I don't think berating is the way to get people into gardening. Thank you,
Yeah.
Sam.
Well, see, I may have gotten into gardening a lot sooner if it wasn't for the berating I've copped all my life.
Well, you did talk about putting mulch on a lawn.
Yeah, well, we've learnt lots since then. And thanks to YouTube and Bunnings,
Yeah.
Bunnings videos.
So yeah, there is a valid point of Sam saying about with the just poking holes, you'll get compaction, just see the side of where you've poked a hole.
Mm.
But the idea of coring is to reduce compaction.
And what's the ideal coring machine?
It would just be something you go to your local Kennards.
Oh, so
Get
it's
a
a higher
corer.
situation.
It makes
Yeah.
your job easy.
Yep. And it'll
We're not getting paid for that endorsement.
It'll take an actual plug of soil out.
I did see a video of him doing that, and I was like, that looks expensive.
I reckon Tex Walker might have one. You could hit him up,
Mm.
see if you can borrow his.
The hire is okay, but yeah. And then with the top dressing, you're going with sandy loam.
Don't know.
Oh yeah,
I think he was planning on putting like those Halloween spider webs down.
that's a top dress. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh no, Corey's just joined us and he's come straight into us talking about Ben's backyard.
Wow.
Corey, I
Sorry,
feel like
Corey.
the footy chat's over unless you can give us something.
Yeah,
No, we've got we got to talk about us being aggressive. Surely,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we
Oh,
do.
do we? Again?
I've
But
already,
yeah, I think we'll have to find a time to get down and have a look. You got plans other than your lawn? Like you're going to change it
Yeah.
up, landscape it?
Eventually,
Ben is going to
lawn's
try and
first priority.
Ben's going to try and drift you away from the lawn.
That's okay.
He's gonna try and get you into a like more biodiverse
Yeah,
type lawn.
I'm all for
I can
it.
see it on his face.
I need to get serious at some point. This may be the
Are
time.
you looking for just ornamental or productive garden?
Yeah, productive.
Oh no! Don't get in too deep, Dan.
we might have to take this one offline.
I've got. This is
I've
not
got
really.
some alarms set to water the lawn.
This isn't really backyardy, but you've built a chicken coop, Ben. I'm planning on building a catio.
Oh, okay.
We've got a little balcony that goes off our bedroom, and so I was planning on. It's fucking useless. There's nothing there. I was going to build a catio for the cat so she can go out there and
I think
hang
we've
out
gone too
there.
far.
Have we? I don't know. I thought Ben might have some building tips. He did, build a chook shed.
Ben hates cats.
Chukrala.
Does he?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be my pet of choice, no.
No,
Well,
me
she's
neither.
not an outside cat. That's why she's getting a catio.
And that's the responsible way of having a
Yes.
cat. Yep.
Anyway, I won't ask him any more further, Ben. You don't like cats.
Again, this was Sam creating the animosity.
Yeah, Sam, you're just throwing bombs tonight,
Sorry.
and that was Ben's backyard. everyone.
I've already asked Ben to come down to my future home
Yeah.
to get stuck into the garden. I'm hoping he's going to do some.
God,
it
he's
a-
gonna have a busy autumn, Ben.
Is it a sandy soil down that way?
Yes.
He's going to need a soil analysis.
That has ramifications, you
Does it?
realise.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
I might
no.
need to get you to come and do the test
I
as
think
well.
I might need a
Bit of a look.
soil
Yeah.
analysis. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking
even
about
thought of
doing
that.
some raised garden beds too, Ben.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, because I've got a couple of patches that are just empty, full of weeds.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can get rid of that and put some veggie garden in there.
Yep. Yeah,
Just
good.
got to keep it dog safe because she will jump in them and
In
rip
them,
the plants
yeah.
out.
Like our dog.
Yeah,
Mm.
bitches.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, if you're looking for ideas. I can-
Always.
Yep.
All right. This has gone on too long. We probably should bring it back to some football.
Yeah, can you find the stinger for being aggressive?
Oh, be aggressive. Oh, that was there.
Now we have to talk about which button to press. I don't know what your thoughts are, but this may well be the last segment we do in this episode. I'm feeling like
Try a lot
it's got
out.
that flavour about
It
it.
does a little bit.
The Crows, what are they doing? Well, it's nearly draft night. We got the 20th and the 21st. We'll be back on the 20th most likely for
we?
our draft night.
Are we just going to wait until then? We'll just go 3 weeks.
Well, all of us except you have discussed it offline, and it seems to make the most sense for us to come back then.
Yes.
There's only one potential final between then. There may be one that week as well. If the Crows progress, well,
Yes.
they'll get a double chance by the looks. So yeah, they should be playing that week as well. So
How
it'd be a
do-
good opportune time to talk about it.
But we had our last podcast before we technically had Peatling, didn't we? So
Well, we'll try and figure that out on the way here.
yeah, pretty sure we did because it was early in the week we did that one.
Mm.
Do you- we don't have the I'm James Peatling and I'm an Adelaide Crow video yet.
No.
Interesting.
Been
Has he-
hanging on for that.
Well, yeah, is even here yet?
I don't think so.
Because I think the only photos we've got of him are ones that they've photoshopped as well. But I could
No,
be
I
wrong.
think he was at Isaac Cumming was at a wedding with him like on the weekend, I think.
okay.
So
Yeah.
I think they're still on holiday technically. So he probably won't actually get to the club until they go back to training.
You're
I
telling
guess.
me he hasn't been in a suburban oval training without his shirt on?
I mean, he could have been, but not that I've seen
Not
on
showing
social
a lot
media.
of desire, is it?
No. Well, at least Alex Neil Bullen's been out doing that with the boys, so that's
Yes.
nice.
Just love the boys being back early.
Wait, when's Channel 9 going to let me know
Chihuahua.
where this training's happening? And like, can they give me the heads up so I can just walk the dog past?
They intentionally don't. Well, we normally get the little press release. Yeah,
Well,
we've been getting them.
they're technically not
No, they're not.
like at work at the moment,
Yeah,
so
that's
you
true.
know.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
sure Dan can find them.
But Ben and I were talking about this last week. Obviously, the Crows cop a lot, and we poke fun of it with our be aggressive thing. But I think at the end of the day, we've been pretty good in the trade periods.
Did
over
we
the
win
last-
trade period?
Well, we did this year as well, but I feel like
We got rated an A by Fox Footy. I
yeah.
think.
But you got to remember the last 2 years before this too. We've brought in players that would probably be top 50 in the league in Rankin and Dawson. So it's not like we've just come from nothing to then suddenly getting 3 players. And obviously, they're 3 like middling to good players. Like, whereas
This is the most positive you've ever been.
yeah, maybe.
It's
I
hard.
can't believe you're not one of these people that's like, oh, Rankin and Dawson, well, they were a given.
Well, they were like they obviously wanted to come back, so we were in a position. So I think that's where the Peatling one shines, is that we beat, well, supposedly beat a bunch of other clubs, including Victorian clubs, to get him in. So that's great, fantastic. And Cumming choosing us over Port, what we had to do to make that happen, who knows? But I think it was great. But yeah, I think just the last few years have been great. Really, I think we've set ourselves up to have a crack anyway.
Well, we got 2 A graders, as you said, in a couple of years, and I don't know if we could call any of the 3 we got this year necessarily A graders as such. I think Neil Bullen's been really good in his position, but I mean, Peatling feels like he's had a lot of potential, but he was sub a lot for GWS this year, and he was good when he got an opportunity. Cumming has he's had really solid years, but he's had a fair few injuries. But it's just interesting the way the general feel is so much more optimistic this year after having such a terrible year performance-wise.
I think it's just we've got 3 walk-up 22 players.
Yeah.
If we want them there.
And
which
I
is
think
like,
they structurally help us out a lot, and I think it's really good. It's just, as Sam says, maybe we've underrated how we did with getting 2 really, really good players into the team.
It's hard to see, and this is trying to be optimistic about like how we could be worse this year with those 3 players coming in.
Oh, absolutely.
Worse than this year. Like it looks like it improves us straight away. Like, and you think about the 3 possible players that would come out, and they're
Don't you say his name?
I won't.
There's just no
you know
way.
what I'm thinking, but it would be very I'm fairly optimistic for the next year. Sorry, Lauren.
There's no way we're going to be worse unless, Isaac Rankin, Riley Thilthorpe, Darcy Fogarty and Jake Saligo
Rob.
all get injured. You know what I mean? Like, we would have to be very, very, very unlucky with injury to be doing worse than we did this year.
And it is true, last year we stagnated a bit in terms of bringing much into the club. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think of Rob, like, I still think we're thin in ruck experience. Like, if Rob goes down at any point, like, he's been really durable. Like, we've got not much.
Well, I think we've just got another slightly worse Rob, don't we, in Strawn?
But we were horrendous when Strawn came in. This year.
No. I don't rate. I don't think Strawn is anywhere near good enough. But
It wasn't
Don't forget, we've got the Ibis waiting in the wings.
Ibis. Yeah, that's true.
It's not all on Strawn, but yeah, we were just woeful when he came into the team for whatever reason. Even though I think his skills are better than Rob's. And I think I just want to hopefully not too prematurely celebrate, but Port got worse at trade period, I think, which is great to see.
Yeah.
Can't see them being better than next year without Houston, and not really getting a replacement for him.
Listening to Crowcast last week made me remember Miller too. It would be an interesting player to come back in the side. Remember that guy?
Yeah, I know. It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
when they mentioned his name, I was like, oh yeah, it'd be
Really
pretty
hope-
handy if we can get him back on the
Really
park.
hope he can stay healthy.
like, can he get back on the park is the
Yeah.
question.
He's had a shocking run of like long-term injuries.
Yeah, absolutely. As Brody Smith's like definite, like he's playing
Yeah,
next
yeah.
year. And has that been all like properly announced and everything? Because
I think it was. I think it was originally like he just mentioned it on the news.
He did mention it on the news, but I think there was a bit of chat today that I saw that I think maybe on Gettable or one of those things, they were saying that we might need to delist another player.
They did say that. Cal Toomey said that.
So maybe that they haven't announced Brodie Smith because that's who it's going to be.
I can only imagine that's the only reason we haven't announced it.
Can they just pay him out and delist him?
Delist and re-rookie. Yeah, that'd be good, Tom.
What are we
Yeah.
delisting? What are we trying to bring? Who are we bringing in that we need to delist?
Oh, I don't know whether we swap around picks or trade into
might
one of Richmond's picks with next
Yeah.
year's picks. Maybe I don't know what we're thinking, but he obviously has heard that somewhere, I guess, about us delisting another player. So interesting. Because have we got 2 spots left?
3. I thought it was 3, but
I thought it was 2.
we need Nuz.
but I thought we had enough.
Tom said 2 picks and keen elevation to senior list.
Yeah. So Welsh and Welsh
Welsh and number 4.
Welsh, we might get Welsh as a rookie the way everyone's talking about him.
Mm.
Have we tanked his value, or is he just not that good?
Oh, you'd hope
Well,
he's
that's what we
not.
talked about last episode with Nuz. I was like, is
Yeah.
this some 4D chess by the Crows here?
Yes.
Or,
We're not
you know,
that good, I don't think. But
I feel like he might be. Well, it's going to go one or
He's
two
still
ways.
super
isn't it?
young.
He
He's
is,
a baby.
and how dedicated he was. Don't forget, he played that pretty damn good game against Port in the Sandful. I know Port were pretty shit, but yeah, I don't know. I hope.
And have you got any stronger opinions about who number 4 should be?
I don't know. I struggle to force my thinking away from the obvious, really. I just think it makes sense. He's kind of the player that would just be perfect in our side, and he's South Australian, so
It's interesting. It feels like now that Draper is like end of last year, it would have been our main goal of this year is to find a way to get Draper, and now it's a possibility is almost a bit more. Whoa, is he going to be right? His disposal's a bit iffy and this and that. So I don't know. Sometimes it's when something becomes a possibility, you start looking for reasons why you shouldn't go that way. Don't know.
I think we're going to be fine whoever we get. Like,
There's some whispers about Carlton wanting Draper, but then there's whispers that they don't really.
apparently they want this Fino Sullivan.
yeah.
Yeah, not sure.
Yeah. Vardy said
We'll
what
see.
Welsh was lapped in the 2K at the Combine.
Yeah, that.
But he scored really well on the jump. Like the
Yeah,
I
he did
think.
some shorter burst things. He was all right.
Yeah.
But, what was his actual time for the 2K? I can't find it anywhere. They just said he was slow.
yeah, I'm not sure. I think they stopped timing.
Oh, yeah. They ran out of zeros. Or
I don't know.
they had moved on to another activity.
Yeah, it's hard. Like the way that Cal Toomey's talking is that basically you're not going to miss, or there's obviously going to be a couple of misses in that top 10, but
feels like that top 5, you'd be unlucky if
You'd be
they
very unlucky.
don't tend to be good players.
yeah. And I think we'll kick ourselves if the obvious pick turns out to be really good and we tried to be clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the early favourite for Nuz was Lawler, but it sounds like he's going to go before we get a chance to pick him. He's gone from maybe a 7 or 8 player to possible pick 1.
Wasn't that other one Jagger Smith as well?
They
That's
spoke.
the name
They
floating around?
interviewed him. He spoke really well. I think they all kind of speak well these days, don't they?
I'd be happy with a player named Jagger on the team.
Yeah.
Gives us a bit of edge.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Not the
there's
Essendon
that
edge, the
foregone
Crows edge.
moves like Jagger situation that
No.
you'll have for everything.
No.
You know it will happen.
Well, it's going to happen wherever he goes, isn't
Yeah.
it? We're going to get punished with that
Mhm.
at Channel 7.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like especially Dwayne. Remember that Dwayne pipe segment we made up?
Yeah, you haven't given us any material for that
When
for
I
a
was
while,
flicking
Ben.
through, I was looking for the remember the VB one? That's my
You can
favourite
just
stinger.
You can
Oh,
just
yeah.
think about like he's got the moves, the moves like Jagger. All right, thanks,
Vardy
Dwayne.
said that Welsh did 7 minutes 59 in the 2K.
Okay, so that's okay. So
And
4 minutes for each kilometre.
Tom said Welsh was slow in the time trial, but one of the quickest in the 20-metre sprint. Mateo said Welsh's performances in the vertical jump and 20-metre sprint were worse than last year as well. That
No.
to me says tanking for the Crows.
Maybe. Yeah. Get him in. Get him fit.
How
That's
funny
pure
would it be if the AFL found out and could prove that he was tanking and then just stripped us of something?
The Victorian
They would love
players
that.
do it all the time, don't they? And they just tell the clubs where they want to go.
It seems pretty blatant
Yeah. They
if
do.
he's gone backwards.
Jake
Jeez.
Sauce said with pick 4, Adelaide select Fisher Mackesy.
Bring him back. He's been in the development system. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
3 second 20 meter sprint. 3 seconds. 1 and 2 and 3. 20 meters. Yeah, I couldn't do that.
No.
Ben?
Well, then I'm not drafting you. So.
No one wants to draft
My
me.
parents thought it was hilarious that Nuz asked me whether I'd done a pre-season in last podcast. I thought that was the funniest bit, was him teasing me. So thanks.
Pre-season and what?
Just the pre-season in general. You know, I'm not fit enough. I would not get through a pre-season.
Shall we all do one year
Like
before
a
the
proper one.
podcast?
We wouldn't make it. We'd die. I'd die.
I would also die.
Yeah.
I would vomit
Can
and
you
die.
guys bring that up with the club and
Yeah.
see if that's something they'll let us do with it?
I feel like Ben would be the only one that would even get near it, and even then he might struggle.
I'm
My
offended.
aerobic capacity is not awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So do we tell people?
Chris Massey could get you prepped,
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah, you could.
Although it did got another one of my runs in last night, which was exciting up into Belair.
Oh, yeah?
Had some kangaroos watch me as I jogged past.
Wow, they were like, who's this clown?
Because in the past they've all ran away from me, but I must have been going that slow that they
Yeah.
felt no intimidation. So there was even little Joeys jumping in and out of pouches. It was quite something. For 5-10 seconds, I didn't remember how bad I was feeling.
Kind of serenity that you get on, going from Strath to Belair. Anyway.
While we're on the topic of the Crows, the member engagement panel applications close on Saturday. So if you are thinking about doing that or applying, I encourage it because I have just come off of the panel. I
Whoa.
can tell you now. I just did the member engagement panel for the year. It was a really good insight to the Crows. And look, it is a lot. It's just about your member experience, game day experience, how you get your tickets, your merchant, like if you like the merchandise, it's all that kind of feedback. Very similar to the members survey, but a bit more like detailed.
How much did they listen?
So look, they did not listen to me when I told them what kind of midfield setup we should have. But yeah, no, everyone was very receptive to the feedback that everyone had, and it was a really good cross section of the Crows community, I thought. Really diverse group of people. And it was actually a really interesting experience. So if you have applied before and didn't get in, don't let that stop you, because they do only get 10 people in, but they also do want as many people as they can to get through the doors and through the building, and they want a lot of opinions. So definitely get around the application.
And we're going tomorrow.
And we're going to the club tomorrow for a bit of an update of some stuff. So I guess our next episode we should be able to tell you a bit more about some of that maybe.
Does that mean the logo release is imminent?
I
if they're
feel like
bringing
it
us in?
must be.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking
Can we
forward
have some
to
logo goss? Well,
stocking
we're
up
going to
on
get
some
that
new
tomorrow,
merch.
hopefully, Tom. I reckon it'll be pretty close if, like Sam said, if they're bringing us in.
I'm going to take a
It'll be
dodgy
pretty soon.
Kane Corns screenshot again while I'm in there.
They'll love that.
Do you think
They'll definitely invite
Kane
us
will be
back.
there to run through the finer points of the logo?
I hope so. Yeah, that'll be good.
Nice.
Yes.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure they were too thrilled that Kane was the one that had his hands on that.
No,
Yeah.
especially whatever dodgy shit version that was too, or how that was put on the fabric. Yeah. Bit weird.
It's been
Anyway.
nice not hearing from Kane for a few days.
Yeah, we're going to hear from him a lot more next year, being with Channel 7.
That's it. I'm turning off Channel 7.
Yeah.
I'm back on the delayed Fox.
Yeah,
Is he going to be at actual games? Or?
I think so.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Great.
Burgoyne's joining Fox too, I saw this week.
Mm-hmm.
I really rate Burgoyne and the way that, what he says, but he has not got a voice for commentary. It is a very squealy, whiny voice. It's not good.
Squealy, whiny.
It's very high pitched.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he sounds like, but that's not.
Absolute legend, and obviously
Yeah.
knows a lot about football, but not. No thanks. Worse than Selwood.
Oh, do you know what should have been in your bads? You know that Dylan Buckley clown?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he had a bit to say about the Crows on his podcast recently.
Oh,
How
did
he
he?
thinks that the Crows are arrogant, and what have they even done
Right.
in the last 10 years?
Mm.
Like, get fucked.
How are they arrogant?
You wanker. Yeah. Oh, they just think they're like heaps good. I'm like, what? I can categorically tell you we do not think that.
Back in the early days
hope
when he
that.
first launched his podcast, I listened to a few of those, but it slowly became quite self-indulgent.
Oh, yeah.
It's not good.
There's a big head going on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
What have you done,
There
Dylan?
is, it does seem to be the underlying perception of Adelaide and whatnot that there is this arrogance about us. I don't know. I certainly don't feel confident enough to feel arrogant about the Adelaide Crows.
Does it come from does it just like dwell from the 2017 like power stance thing? Because you
Maybe.
did bring that up in the conversation, like, oh, they just like did the power stance, like yeah, we've had it all before. Also, it was hot. Bring it back.
That's such low-hanging fruit, the power stance. It's like they did it for a reason to pump themselves up before a massive game.
And like I said, bring it back. It was hot.
I
I'd love to see the boys do
I
it
assume
again.
it's also that we did have quite a lot of success early, and they might have thought we were getting a bit ahead of ourselves. At no, how good are we?
I just think it's I think it's a very weird comment to make at this point of the club's like time, like
When
because
we've
I
been
don't think
so
we're like
shit.
that at all. Like it's a whole new group of players. Like it's just we've been humbled. We have certainly been humbled, I think.
And we just cop so much. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
Just on a side note, did anyone else see
This whole
the
podcast has been a side note.
Yeah. Well, this is an extra side note. Anyone see that footage of Matty Richardson falling in his pool?
No.
There's a video circulating of him. He must have got caught on his own sort of camera in his backyard, he's cleaning his pool, with one of those scoop things, and then he just like steps wrong and like falls in the pool. It's pretty hilarious.
This is a visual podcast.
Yeah.
You couldn't put
Search
that
it
on
up.
the
It's
screen.
on Twitter.
Come on, Sam.
Yeah, I probably could somehow.
I'll find it. He shared it actually because
Oh, Dan will find it and
we'll
then
just hold it
show
up
the
to
camera.
Yeah, that'll be good. Excellent work.
All right. Well, while we don't have a heap to talk about, I think it's fair enough that we just finalise what's happening with our fantasy season
Go
for
for
the
it, Ben.
Huey Crows. So
it's over.
there was a grand final played between Slapey Snags, who
Dominated.
and they won last year, I'm pretty sure.
Really, this is unfair.
So
Really
they
shallow pool.
and they finished ranked. You put it, no, I don't. want to
Watching
say it
Richo fall in the pool is more interesting.
Ben's about to walk out.
on- Anyway,
Put it up to the microphone with that music. Ben's loving
Sorry,
it.
go on, Ben.
I'm going to watch this back later. Ben's face is the best. I'm going to make a whole TikTok out of Ben's reactions.
personally, I just feel sorry, and I put out an apology to Slapey Snags and Chips and Davey for this lack of respect for your making the grand final.
We're so thrilled for you.
So they're the leaders. They're in there. In terms of us, I came fourth. Dan came fifth, but he had a pretty good rank of 11.23, which was pretty good. Lauren came seventh, so in the top 8.
In the 8. Yes,
Yep.
finally. Not at the bottom.
No. And Sam was 12th of 14.
Yes. Is this the AFLW?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've not opened the app
Oh my god.
since week 1.
Well, you'd know there's no app.
Sorry.
Oh.
No, it's no app. Well,
Is it just a website?
No, you can't. It is in the normal app.
Oh, it just links out though, right?
There's a subsection in the normal app.
But it
Did
links
you-
out to a website.
did you say Slapey was
No.
top?
Yeah.
He's in the
Slapey
grand
Snag.
final this
Yeah,
week.
nice.
'Cause
Now,
the reason
Cam-
I remember he was up high last year was
Yeah.
because we had the sausage
Yes.
discussion.
We're not gonna do
Oh, I
that
was actually
again.
going to bring that up again. Yes. My key takeaway on this is still that amazed that Slapey has sort of put his name with Snags, but he's no relation to Slape and Sons.
No.
What?
Cam-
what is
his
the?
name's Cam, and
what are the odds of that?
He's probably watching this. I have been told that he does. Even in this part of the season, he still does watch. So hello, Cam.
And
So-
again, apologies for how Dan treated this segment.
Well, it's only because of my disinterest
Excuse
in
me.
losing fantasy.
I think you were the second top ranked player in the comp, and you just had a really rough fixture.
Yeah.
Did I beat him?
Actually,
I don't know if you had that rough.
I think I only just lost to Chips and Davey.
I think you might have.
You did.
You might have
Yeah.
beat me.
Did I?
Oh, maybe.
No, it was really
that was
close.
really
I
close.
I was actually
it was like 2 points.
I think I was relying on you
Yeah.
winning this weekend, so I might have got up but you didn't help me out.
No, sadly. Anyway, that's fantasy.
Wow.
Look, again, we put it in a freaking competition. Why would we not talk about our own freaking competition?
And we'll do it again next year. Do we have any social
No.
media, or do we want to wrap this up?
We don't have any
I
social
don't think,
media.
yeah, I didn't even put it on Instagram.
We're doing a short who
Yeah.
we're playing this week.
Yes, I was just about to do that. Thank you.
Okay,
Ben.
good.
So this week we are playing on Friday night, and we are playing against Geelong, and they're no easy beats. Nina Morrison is absolutely running amok. That's the only player I know for Geelong.
Is that
Possibly not the player I would have said is running amok, but yep.
Is that what about the one with the perm, the really curly hair? Is that
That's
her?
Nina Morrison.
No, that's Georgie Prasparkas.
Yeah, that's the one.
No,
Yeah.
Nina Morrison's the one with the perm, though.
She's got darker curly hair.
Yeah, you're thinking
He's-
of Nina Morrison.
He's
No,
you're thinking
I'm
of
not.
light
Come on.
sandy
No, it's
sort of
not
hair.
her. Huh?
Sandy-ish sort of colour, like
I don't know about the colour. What's her name?
Georgie
Prasparkas.
Prasparkas.
Georgie Prasparkas. All right. This is great. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh,
Yeah.
get off it.
Yeah,
it
it
was
is.
Nina Morrison.
No.
All right, continue on, Ben.
So the one who's run amok, fresh off a bag of 6 goals last
Oh.
week, Ash Maloney.
Yeah.
Loney.
Marnie.
My pronunciation is poor
It
tonight.
is.
No, that was fine, wasn't it?
Ben's having
No,
a
it's
stroke.
Maloney.
I didn't see the problem.
It was Maloney. So
That's what I thought you said.
they're 10th and they've only won 4, lost 5, but they've recently beaten Brisbane. They got very close to North Melbourne. So we can't go across there thinking that, yep, we're in the top 4, no worries. If we lose this, there is a chance we drop out and Freo take our space. So they're going to have to be on their ball. On their ball. Yeah.
Absolutely.
On the ball and on their ball.
Yeah. So
On a ball.
they're going to have to be a lot more polished than we have been tonight.
Polishing their
Yes.
balls.
No.
Fair.
I love that Ben actually answered you.
No.
You just had to
they're
take
not.
it that far.
Yes.
They were not
I meant
polishing
nothing
the
more
balls.
than that was.
I think if we play as well as we can, we should still beat them.
Yeah.
But you can't take them lightly, and we need to take our chances.
Very true.
So does anyone have a prediction, Sam? Friday night?
I reckon we lose and miss finals.
Miss finals.
It's fun.
Yeah.
That's not possible.
Do we get
No, we missed
negative
top 4.
points? Or?
No, we missed top 4.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice pessimistic view.
Sorry.
Lauren?
The AFL doesn't want us to win. It's a conspiracy.
That's true.
I actually think we might go down this week because Geelong have had a pretty decent run. They've had a big win this weekend, and we have to travel over. I don't know. I hope we'll, pull something out of our hat. But yeah, it might be a 3-point loss.
Oh. Ben?
I had a 14-point win.
Oh, Ben's more optimistic. That's good.
Yeah, I have been all night.
Yeah. Sure you have.
I think the Crows will get up by 6 points, and they will play. They'll make the top 4, and they will play with their arch nemesis Brisbane in the first week.
And lose.
Kate's asking.
I think it's
fi-
impossible for us to play Brisbane because they will not be first.
No, but if we finish third, they finish second. We'll play them.
Well, we're currently 4th, aren't we?
Yeah, but if we win, we finish third.
No, I don't think so. Not necessarily. I think
Kate's just asked what are the finals predictions for the girls, how we're going to go.
Doesn't sound like you're sure.
Can someone tell me who we're playing?
in the final,
Yeah. Who we're
I
gonna
reckon
play?
we'll probably play. We'll get stuck with
I think Ben
North.
said Brisbane.
North. I think we'll finish 4th, and I think we'll have to play North.
But if we are fourth now and we win, how are we not a chance to finish third?
It doesn't. It's not based on how many positions close you are. It's a matter of points and percentage.
Yeah, I know that, but surely we have a chance to finish third. If the third team loses and drops down, we finish third, right?
They don't drop down
Why not?
because they still have the same amount of points. We
What
won't
are you
have
saying? Of course we can finish third if
we
we
don't
win.
have enough points to make third. Even if we win the game, we won't have
I
enough
thought we
points
did.
to be in third.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dan,
No, look, wait, no, I'm going to explain this to you.
Are you?
and you're going to be
Are we gonna
struggling
stop
to tell me
recording?
why.
All right, no, wait.
Thanks everyone for watching.
Don't stop recording. If we win, okay, I'll take your point. We won't play Brisbane. All right. But we may finish third if Brisbane lose, and then we'll play Hawthorn.
Brisbane are playing St Kilda, and they will wallop them.
Oh, don't be so sure.
I'm pretty
How much
sure.
did we wallop St Kilda by?
I don't know. That was a while ago. I don't know. That was a while ago. Oh, well, that was a terrible game.
Yeah.
It was awful. We still won.
Why do some
I
teams use their
don't,
Aboriginal name?
stand corrected.
Because it's Indigenous round.
Yeah, but how comes only some?
If
Because some don't partake.
Some don't have the
Sam,
a name.
can you
Sorry.
please bookmark this? If we finish third next week, after this game, that's going to be the starting comment of the next episode.
Okay, but Brisbane have to lose.
No,
It
Don't we?
is. No, well, your prediction was we would.
I mean,
play,
yes.
Your prediction was we would play Brisbane.
well, I took that back already.
Okay.
I just said we can finish third, and you said we can't,
So if we finish third, we'll play Hawthorn most
Yeah.
likely.
which is not North Melbourne.
The Kangaroos are going to win the grand final.
But Brisbane have a game ahead of us, and they've got a better percentage than us. So they have to lose reasonably well. We have to win reasonably well.
But it's still a possibility.
It's not impossible.
Wowee. How good
Get
is
him
this?
off. Get him off the microphone.
So,
Me or Ben?
so my prediction is we'll be playing North Melbourne in round one, in the first round of the finals.
Okay.
Well, I'd rather lose to Geelong this week in that case.
I'd almost like to play North Melbourne in the first week of the finals where it doesn't knock us out.
Yeah.
We get a free hit at trying to beat them and then not having to see them again until the grand final.
Yeah.
Mm.
I agree.
Stop talking so much sense, Ben. Making me look sillier. All right. On that
I
note,
said sillier.
yeah, thanks everybody for listening in to Here We Crow tonight. It's been
Can you
a great-
believe there's more people watching now than there was at the start?
Yeah, they
That's-
like when
that's
we're
gross.
they like when we're crazy.
I don't think they're really watching. They've probably just got it on in the background
True.
while they're doing something actually productive.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Thanks for watching, though.
Yeah, thanks
we
everyone.
appreciate it.
Not. When are we going to be back?
Couple or 3 weeks.
So-
I can tell you exactly when we'll be back.
The 20th.
Yeah, but also there's a countdown timer on the AFL website. 21 days, 8 hours, 43 minutes.
Holy shit!
See you then, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for
we-
putting up with us, and
We
especially me.
Upstaring this time round.
Yes, and
Yes.
we will invite some people too.
We'll give the dates later.
Yeah, we'll put them on socials and in
Yep.
the Discord. Yeah,
Party.
and we'll have speakers. Maybe.
Yeah, I reckon Mark Bickley might come down.
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
How do you
I'm
know?
going to ask him.
Oh,
Because
you
I
haven't
asked him.
For the draft.
I said he could come for the Christmas special, but I feel like that might be too late in the game.
Maybe.
And I think he's probably better valued at draft night if he's keen.
True.
So I'll ask him, but we'll see.
Has Ben started his poem yet?
I hope so.
Honestly, I feel like I used up a lot of player-based puns last year, so
True.
it's going to be quite challenging.
It's all right.
That's
We've
true.
forgotten in the last poem, so you
Right.
just
I'll
rehash
just
it.
That could be a yearly thing.
We could just replay the poem.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy to reread what I've done if I can't come up with something better.
We've
Okay.
got a few new players and stuff and names you can drop in. So
Yeah,
you
I'll
got to
just-
get a beef curtain in there somewhere.
And Boylo really weave that into a poem easily.
Yeah, of
so,
course.
Oh, is
yeah.
that coming?
Is he jizzy?
Is he jizzy?
This is
Get your mind out of the gutter.
this is a
Dan.
family poem. Thank you, Sam.
All right, we should go.
Thanks,
Yes.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Enjoy your weeks.
Not the worst pod, but one of the most loose.
Top
Bye.
5. Top 5.
Bye.
All right, bye. I'm going to be death riding Brisbane this week now.